or the telecom, it's nothing but is a process of exchanging information such as voice, data, and video over the electronic technologies. It's like the telephone or microwave communication or fiber optic or through the internet or through television. So it might be the wired or wireless. So it is a process of exchanging information between the devices with any kind of data. We are calling it as a telecommunication. So the next, it's a network. So when the more than two devices is connected, we can call it as a network. So when the two or more system, it can able to communicate or can able to make a data or the connected, we are calling it as a network. As you can see from the picture, so these are connected devices. So it is a network. So the next word is a management. So what is management? Any idea what is management? So I explained about everything. So what is in general? What is management in general? Okay. So the management is a process of the controlling the things, controlling the people or controlling the activity. So it is a dealing with the activities. So here the management includes the activity of setting the strategy for organizing the any program. So the controlling function, so controlling all kind of activity, we can call it as a management. So what is telecommunication management? So before that, so we can see the what is the network management. So the network management the generally can be defined by the operations and administration, maintenance and provisioning of the network and their services. They're calling it as a network management. So in the network management, the main category are the main thing they want to provide the quality of service. They want to provide the quality service to the network user. That is a main goal of the network management. So the basically the network management can be divided into three parts. That is the network provisioning and network operations and network maintenance. So these are the things is not covered for this telecommunication network management, but these are the some basics so which you have to know. So the network management is divided into network provisioning and network operations and network maintenance. Network provisioning is nothing but it's consists of the network planning and design, so which is done by the network engineer. And the network operations is the configuration management and performance management, security management, and the accounting management or the inventory management or the data gathering analysis. So these are the tasks which comes under the network operation. And the last one is the network maintenance. So network maintenance is like the fault management and network repairs and troubleshooting, installing the facility, or upgrading the devices, or upgrading the software. These are comes under the network management. So these are the some basic things of what is the network management. So now, so what is telecommunication network management? We'll see what is telecommunication network management. So the as I said before, the telecommunication, I explained what is telecommunication as the word itself, the exchange of data, like the voice or data or video through the electronic technologies. So The telecommunication management or the telecommunication network management is a protocol which is defined by the ITUT. So it is a protocol. Protocol is nothing but a set of rules. So it is defined by the or it's developed by the ITUT. So that is the International Telecommunication Union for telecommunication. So it's a protocol which helping for the managing the open system in a communication network. So whenever we want to make the communication in a network environment, so we have to follow some standards. Those standards which we defined in the form of telecommunication network management. So basically, it works on OSA management. There is a all the 7 layers of the OSA. So we're gonna see some of the standards which we are using the network management. That is the network management standards. So the International Standard Organization, that is the ISO, has defined the generalized model that addresses the all the aspects of network management. So yeah, basically the network management contains the 4 types of basic management. The first 3 models are designed for the management application to manage the network. The basic type, the first 3 is the organization model and information model and communication model. These 3 models are designed for management application. So these are for management application. It helps us to manage the network and system and services. And the fourth model is a functional model. So the functional model is it's an application which helps us to the fault management and configuration management and also the performance, security and accounting. These are comes under the functional model. These are management which comes under the functional model. So the main the leading model of the network management in the internet model and operating system interconnection model, that is the OSI model. These are the 2 leading the network management model. So before getting into the network management model, so we're going to see the network management standards. As, as I said before, the telecommunication management network is a protocol. So protocol is a rules. So same. So here the network standards are listed. The first, as you can see, in the open system interconnection. So the first is the OSI. So there is a OSI management standards. OSI is nothing but the open system interconnection standard. So it is adopted by the ISO, that is the International Standard Organization. The OSI management protocol standards is Common Management Information Protocol. So the OS management protocol has the built-in services and also the common management interface services also, which help us to verify the basic operations that need to be performed for the various functions uh, of the networking. So and then it also deals with all the OSI layers. So and it is a well defined, well structured and well layered model. The next thing, it can able to process in all the layers, so it is most completely it works with the all kind of the services. It's like the common management services and the it contains the many built-in services also. So here the specifications are the object oriented and also hence it manage the object based on the classes and inherited rules. So it can able to work on the CMIP and also CMSI for addressing the network management applications. So, and also the main drawbacks here of the OSI. So here the OSI management standards are it's very complex, and also it consumes the large storage power, so it's very hard to implement. So that is a main disadvantage of the OSI layer. So the next standard is the SNMP. So that is a simple network management protocol. So it is started as an industry standard, and it becomes likely to spread out all the organizations are started to using the SNMP, that is a simple network management protocol. So the Internet Engineering Task Force is responsible for all the internet specifications, so including the network management. So the network objects are defined as a scalar object in the SNMP. So the primary intended to manage the internet component, but now they are using to manage the WAN network, that is a wide area network, and also the telecommunication network. So it is very easy to implement. So that's why it's widely used in all the network management system nowadays. So the next network standard is TNM. That is a telecommunication management network standard. So as you know, the telecommunication, the standard, it's developed by started by ITUT, that is the International Telecommunication Union. So designed to manage the telecommunication network and also the telecommunication service providers. So it helps us to manage the basically helps us to manage the telecommunication network. So here the standard is based on the OSI specification. So and also the TMNN, so extends the concept of management beyond the network management, so and also the network components. So it can able to address the all kind of services and business consideration. So it also supports the addressing of the both network and administrative aspects of the management. And the final is the IEEE standard. So the IEEE standards is here they work on the LAN and WAN management. So as you know, the LAN is a local area network, WAN is a metropolitan area network. So it is basically works on below two layer, that is a physical layer and data link layer. So it adopts the OSS standards. It's like more similar to the OSS standards. So it basically only focusing on the bit level data transmission. So like the physical layer. So as you know, the OSI has a 7 layers. From the bottom is a physical and data link layer. So it works on physical and data link layer. That is very bottom of the OSI layer. So the last one is the web-based management. So the web-based enterprise management standard is developed by the desktop management task forces. So it is based on the common information model. So it helps us to transfer the data through over the HTTP. So HTTP, so it helps us to transfer the web-based content over the internet. So here the Java management extension is an open Java technology, so which helps for the web-based management. So here it defines the all kind of the management architecture and how the application and the APIs work, that is application programming interface. So application programming interface is nothing but it is an intermediate uh, process which helps us to make the communication between two tasks. So it's like from the system to uh, the server. So it's like intermediate software. So it is a software which help us to make the communication between two devices or two layers. So, and also it supports the management services and also the XML. So XML used for the documentation. It's a meta markup language, as you know. So it helps us to exchange the documentation for the web-based networks. So these are the things are the network standard. So the everything has its own future, as you know. So everything works on some layers. Here we gonna see about the telecommunication network management. So in detail the further classes. So here the telecommunication network, it's nothing but it's a protocol, so which defines the how the communication happens. So how to manage all the services, how to manage all the telecommunication network devices. So everything uh, will be defined by the set of rules that is called telecommunication network management. So thus, okay, that's all for today classes. It is very interesting.